Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your general reading with Angelic Ascensions. I hope all is genuinely well. Thank you for choosing to spend this time with me today. This will be a reading for the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as a little something for the cross watchers. Let's get right into this reading. Holy Spirit, show me what it is that you have for the Geminis. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Yeah, I got this for Capricorn. Some of you might be dealing with a Capricorn, or you have Capricorn in your chart. This time that you're in right now, Gemini is going to require for you to have unwavering faith. I don't know, there might be some situations where there's just a lot happening at one time, and maybe that you feel like you have no certainties, no guarantees. And some of you have some type of legal issue to take care of. You might have a ticket that maybe you might want to take care of in a timely manner. Yeah, you guys are going through a lot. You got some life purpose situations that you're going to be headed toward. Maybe this is where you're going to need that unwavering faith. You're changing a lot of things about your life, about yourself, and within you might be this really strong power struggle. Might have this really strong fight between your heart and your mind about what decisions to make, and it might feel a bit daunting and difficult at some point. It feels like you're also going through a spiritual awakening. I feel like, and this is really weird if this is the case for Gemini, this could be some of you cross-watching for Gemini, but I feel like you're at this point in your life where you're not allowing other people to dictate how you live your life. You're not allowing other people to live life for you. You are making certain very strong decisions for yourself, and it feels like the lesson in this point in time has everything to do with inner trust. Trusting yourself to make the right decisions, relying on yourself for the answers. Because I don't feel like the answers are external from you, though your spirit guides may give you these answers, you know, if you're not able to really tune in. But I feel like that's the point. Your spirit guides really do want you to tune into yourself to hear what your guides are genuinely trying to tell you. Yeah. It feels like your learning capacity to love others is a direct reflection of your ability to love yourself. So I feel like right now, it's really time to let go of the past. Time to love yourself and forgive yourself for maybe some things that maybe you've been feeling guilty of. Some things that you've been really carrying around. Because it really does feel like there is some heartache and anxiety around you. And it could have everything to do with the past. You know, that could give you a little sadness, you know, to leave behind what's familiar. But it looks like the familiar may not be the most appropriate for you at this time, Gemini. So time to leave some things behind. Yeah, trust yourself. You got some dark wounds here that may have a lot to do with childhood wounds. Your spirit guides are asking you, inviting for you to let love in, heal that dark wound that is blocking you. Some of you, this dark wound has a lot to do with limiting beliefs. You're limiting yourself. You're boxing yourself in. And it's time for your mind to shift right now. It's going to require a degree of risk, what you have coming up next, Gemini, and that's what this unwavering faith is about. You never know what you're capable of unless you try. So yeah, pain and anxiety. Your spirit guides are saying live a little. Explore the lighter side of life. Right now, it feels like, I don't know, things could be kind of hectic for you. Sorry for the interruption, Libra. Yeah, there's something that you may need to release. We talked about self-love. We talked about trusting yourself. I think that's what you're worried about. Worried that you're going to make possibly the wrong decisions. Or looking back on a situation and having regret that maybe you did. Some of you are dealing with a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is right next to the Emperor. So some of you, this may have something to do with an Aries individual that maybe you parted ways with. Maybe you guys are having a very difficult time in this. Maybe you guys had a rift Oh, yeah. You're angry. You're frustrated over something. Why? Unexpressed words. So maybe you feel like you're holding a lot back. Maybe you're a very non-confrontation. Gemini usually speaks their mind. So maybe this is an isolated incident. I don't know, Gemini, but it feels like there's something that's really affecting you. Okay, you're blocked. You blocked somebody. Maybe there's somebody you're not communicating to, or you guys just have this very staticky, weird, tumultuous type of relationship communication. And maybe there's somebody you would rather ignore for right now. Or maybe you guys are currently ignoring one another, not speaking. Feels like things are up in the air and somebody really doesn't know where they stand with you. But maybe they have a bit too much pride to approach you. It could be a Cancer, Leo, or it could be a Cancer, Leo cusp. Maybe. Okay, some of you are worried about money. That's what's giving you grief. I don't know, you could be having car troubles, maybe. Maybe you purchased a new car. Okay, money is definitely a factor. Some of you, this career transition, maybe you're in the thick of this right now, and maybe you're in the midst of this career transition and this move, and it's just kind of like difficult to see your way to the end of the situation. Like you can't see like that there really is light at the end of the tunnel, but you may not be able to see it from where you're standing because it looks like you just have a lot going on. Something is tormenting you, I feel. I really do. And I feel like it's time to release something, because it really does feel like you're allowing something to stand in your way. Something could be creating some type of block for you. I feel like this is all mental. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to figure out why, Gemini. I'm trying to get to the root of the problem. Like, what is the issue? We did talk about unexpressed words, feeling directionless. I guess and maybe all of these things are just kind of like mounting up for you. You're tired of it. You got out of a relationship, it feels like, where there were lies. And a lot of lies that were told, and somebody living a double life, and somebody that, I don't know, presented themselves one way when you met them, and as time went by and you got to know them, you found a completely different version of them. Somebody is out of control, volatile, does not know when to, I'm going to say, stop speaking. Somebody runs their mouth. Somebody must have said something that really hurt you. You are confused. Your spirit guides are saying while some of you Geminis might be feeling a bit directionless and frustrated about that, your spirit guides are saying this is why the unwavering faith is needed. This is exactly why you're being asked to have faith in the unseen. Remember, the test is to trust yourself. Trust that you are making the right decisions. Trust that you have made the right decisions. That's the lesson right now. Unwavering faith, okay? With all these changes that are getting ready to happen. Yeah, it looks like you can't move on. Either you can't move on, Gemini, or there's somebody that just can't move on from you. Somebody is just really in your head, on your mind. And for some of you, this has something to do with maybe a need for forgiveness. It could be affecting your health in some way, Gemini. It does feel like you parted ways with somebody, and maybe there's somebody that, I don't want to say somebody entered the afterlife. Somebody could be sick. Maybe this is why you can't move on. But some of you, there is somebody that maybe you parted ways with because it was necessary for you to learn your life lessons separately. You had to cut somebody off because I feel like there's somebody that really brought you to your breaking point. And it could be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, or somebody with fire and water in their chart. I did say Cancer, Leo. I'm going to say Scorpio, Pisces, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It feels like there is somebody that you did walk away from. Maybe you had a living arrangement. This could even be like, I don't know, a roommate, or maybe this was your partner. Maybe you guys lived as roommates at one point rather than lovers. You cut somebody off, or they cut you off, whatever the case may be. Whoever initiated the breakup, there is somebody that is still in love with you. And I feel like this is what these unexpressed words are about. You may not be speaking to somebody, and I feel like somebody is really emotional about that. One of you may be having a difficult time practicing forgiveness, while the other one is sitting in regret because of the choices that were made, the words that were said, and can't seem to let that go. Or somebody just feels like, I can't move on from what happened. Somebody speaks harshly to you, or you might feel this way. Maybe you want somebody to speak more lovingly to you. Maybe there is somebody that you want to show you more appreciation, an occasional thank you at least. And maybe even being bold enough to give you an apology for having hurt your feelings or embarrassed you in some type of way. And maybe you're having a difficult time opening your heart again after somebody, you feel like somebody completely demolished it. Some of you, you're in a relationship, right? A love interest may be kind of like really blocking your potential, stifling your potential. And maybe things were fun at first, and maybe you felt like this was a relationship that you could have, that could be a long-lasting one. Now that you have parted ways and something is over, it feels like, yeah, you're transitioning into a new situation. For some of you, you got a new partner coming in. And this is why your spirit guides are saying you got to let the past go. Because for some of you, that's what's blocking you. Past mistakes, past situations. I feel like you're dwelling on the wrong things. Somebody is very selfish, you might feel. You're afraid to move, some of you, or to make a move. Oh, and this is why your body, your spirit guides is saying treat your body well. You could really be, I don't know, like, I want to say comfort eating, because you're going through a lot of emotional situations. I'm seeing like a need to detox. Maybe there's a need to throw something out. Some of you have to be dealing with a fire sign. Maybe there's a need to, I said, eat less processed foods, eat cleaner, drink more water. Some of you might be going on a fast or a cleanse, a diet. And yeah, it really is time to get centered, because it's like you can't think clearly or get any type of clarity in this mindset. You're not ever going to be able to see the solution to the dilemmas that you're currently going through if your mind is all over the place. Yeah, you do. You want somebody to apologize, while the other one does have a lot of shame and regret for how something went down. Somebody cheated on you. Things have not been resolved between the two of you right now, and it has something to do with a betrayal for some of you. Somebody who clearly stabbed you in the back, and it could have been a fire sign, fire with Libra in their chart. Somebody is selfish and out for blood, you might feel. I don't know, it might be that serious. And I'm also seeing, so random, I didn't mention somebody could have passed away. It could have had something to do with a murder. I don't know. Or like, what do I want to say? Wrongful death. It feels like I'm hearing malpractice. It's like somebody could have been in the hospital. I'm hearing malpractice. Like somebody neglect in a health setting, it feels like. That could be something that you're frustrated about. Money situations, a desire to move, feeling uncertain about what move to make because maybe you're afraid of making the wrong decisions. You're second guessing everything that you're doing. Your money is kind of like you're strained. You're pressed about money, some of you. And maybe you just need some type of support system, and maybe you feel like that doesn't exist right now. Let's see how this situation may play out. What is blocking the situation? Empathy. Maybe you feel that there is someone that lacks empathy for how you're feeling. Maybe somebody is more focused on their career than anything. And yeah, you have a lot of self-doubt. You might have doubts about a relationship around you, and maybe whether or not something can be repaired. Doubts in yourself. That definitely feels like self-doubt, because remember, the lesson is to trust yourself. Oh, wow. Okay. You might be very independent. Maybe you're closing yourself off. Your spirit guides are saying, let your friends help you. We just did speak about that, right? Your support system. Allow your friends to help you. Allow people that you really trust. Let people in. Because this feels like this can't be a battle that you're fighting on your own. Your spirit guides are saying you gotta let people in, Gemini. Let somebody know what you're going through. For some of you, it could be your children that are going through this. Maybe your children are suffering in silence. Maybe there's something that they may need to express to you that they're not expressing, since we're talking about unexpressed words. It could be childhood issues. Maybe there's something that you want to say to a parent, but maybe you held it back all of these years. It feels like something is going to come up to the surface. It genuinely does, Gemini. Maybe there is somebody that you want to have a heart-to-heart conversation with, or perhaps there is someone from your past coming back that's ready to have a heart-to-heart with you, to maybe resolve some type of issue, to express how they really feel, because it feels like there's somebody that has been holding back. And for some of you, this may have something to do with somebody you were in a relationship with in the past, a romantic relationship. Yeah, and maybe you did have to get out of that relationship because maybe it really did bring you hell. It was genuinely time to free yourself. This is what your spirit guides are saying. Gemini, free yourself. Free yourself of this, Gemini. Free yourself of this. Free yourself of this mental prison that you're creating for yourself. Love yourself first. Practice self-care. Make sure that you take time to cleanse, right? Detox mentally as well. Your spirit guides want you to focus on the light. And to not have your mind just be manipulated by your circumstances. Like, you can't always be moved by what you see. It's, again, going to take unwavering faith. And the lesson is to get rid of, like I said, this self-doubt that maybe you've been living with for a long time. And if maybe there was something that you have wanted to do, or some type of plan that you made and it didn't work out, it feels like it was meant to be. There was supposed to be a path that was blocked for you in order for you to move forward to something new. Yes. And now I feel like this new path has everything to do with fulfillment and happiness, and maybe the type of love that you deserve this time around. You're safe from harm. Spiritually, I feel like your guides have definitely got your back, definitely protecting you. But I feel like mentally, it feels like you're worried, like you are, I don't know, expecting the worst in this situation. You're safe from harm. Yes, confirmation once again. Step into the light. Now it's time to shift the way that you're looking at things. And maybe there is something, maybe it is time to get something off your chest. Maybe there is something, like I said, you have some unexpressed words towards somebody. Maybe it is genuinely time for you to speak from the heart and tell someone how you genuinely feel. This might set you free. Like the saying says, the truth shall set you free. Yeah, but it's genuinely like real. Your surroundings are going to undergo some type of transition. Some type of change needs to take place here, especially with your work situation. Cherish innocence. Yeah, may have something to do with your children. Maybe there is a need to speak to your children. Maybe you did move and maybe your friends are helping you. Maybe, maybe you want someone to be more accommodating, or maybe this is you helping somebody through some type of storm, because it does feel like there is some type of cycle taking place. And I did talk about new beginnings here, like embrace change. You got a brand new door that you're needing to walk through, and your spirit guides are saying you got to adapt, you got to change, and you can't be afraid of this, because this is a constant in your life. Change, faith rather than fear is what's going to get you through it, Gemini. You got to say something. Focus. This is time for you to focus on your purpose. So you're worried about what everybody is going to think if you say something, if you speak your truth. Too worried and too consumed about other people's opinions and thoughts. That's what I mean. This doesn't sound like you, Gemini. So it's like maybe you're obviously not feeling like yourself. Let's get to this with your career, though, because it does feel like spiritually, maybe there are some type of ideals. The way that you're looking at life may have completely changed, or could definitely be undergoing some type of shift. You might be uncovering some type of spiritual gift that you like, coming across, getting some type of confirmation about a spiritual gift that you have. I definitely feel like some of you could be tarot readers, astrologers, or interested in this type of thing, and maybe some past way of thinking may need to fall away. It feels like you march to the beat of your own drum. You're somebody that is different, and maybe it's time to, it is time to cleanse away some old emotional debris. Take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that is unbalanced. Anything that is unbalanced, changing or healing anything that is unbalanced. This feels like this has everything to do with your mind, but listen to this. Anything that is unbalanced. That's what I mean. It must be your mind for some of you, but this could be your health. This could be relationships around you. This could have something to do with your career, your schedule, decluttering your life. Making some time to meditate, since we did talk about self-care. Beloved one, I'm helping you with your soulmates, your spiritual soulmate relationship. Yeah. So maybe you did part ways with a soulmate, and for some of you, this is somebody that you're reconnecting with. It could even be someone from the afterlife, as random as that may sound to some people. Brilliant idea. Yes, your idea is divinely guided. Please take action to bring your idea into fruition. You may stumble across some type of brilliant idea, or maybe you have, and that's what's plaguing you. A lot of self-doubt. Remember, the lesson is to trust yourself. Maybe not be swayed by everybody's strong opinions about what you should be doing and how you should be living your life. Gemini, this is your life to live. Your spirit guides say that you have a brilliant idea. It just feels like you don't trust this idea. It might have something to do with going into business for yourself, picking up a creative project, or maybe you just don't see clearly, like you don't have clarity about what you want to do career-wise. It feels like clarity is coming, but you got to be able to, there's like, spirit guides are repeating this again and again. They want you to get out of this mind state because it's blocking you. Some of you have been gifted since you were a child. And I feel like this is where it's time to, I don't know, spirit guides are inviting you to make a change. They're also saying, focus on your highest priorities. That will help you get organized and motivated. In whatever area of your life this is, this might be across the board, prioritizing some time to Factor in what's important to you. Letting go of fear, stepping into faith. Honoring the fact that life has cycles. There's a natural ebb and flow to things, and sometimes it really genuinely is time to let go of the past. And because it's like, yeah, now it's time to embrace change. All right, Holy Spirit, one last card for Gemini. Before we move on to the advice, Holy Spirit, show me Gemini. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? To create more healthy boundaries, we must first get in tune with our own desires, needs, and feelings, and believe we are worthy of them. In your relationships, it's essential to know where they end and where they begin. Today's soul action. When we separate our energy from others, we gain clarity about what we really want. Then we stop doing things that no longer align with ourselves. If you are an empath, you can still be compassionate toward others without taking on their stuff. It is safe to trust that you are not here to fix anyone. Today's mantra, I have everything I need within me now, and so do they. I'm worthy of my needs, and I set boundaries based on what's best for me. Boundaries. Your spirit guides are saying, you know what, maybe up until this point, Gemini, you've been maybe a bit of a people pleaser. Maybe you have wanted, maybe you've placed your happiness on the back burner and put others' happiness first. And your spirit guides are saying, now it's time to separate your energy from other people. Decipher that energy. I did say that you have some type of spiritual gift. Some of you are empaths. You are. But it feels like now it's time for you to focus on what's best for you rather than, I don't know, thinking about everybody else. Not to say that you're making everybody else obsolete, but you are making time for yourself. You can't give from an empty cup. And there may be a need for some type of apology to take place. Let's see how this plays out. I did say that you're reconnecting with somebody from your past. Water sign is prevalent. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Somebody could have this in there. It doesn't have to be their sun sign. It could be their moon, rising, or Venus. Yep, forgiveness. But it feels like somebody may need to make the first move and say that, and clear that, like, break the ice, be assertive, and say something. And for some of you, this feels like this has a lot to do with a romantic relationship. And it feels like that's what's on your mind. You might feel like your relationship is in shambles, or a relationship that has or had a big influence on your life might be in shambles. Holy Spirit, what is the advice for the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I did say water signs. Some of you are no doubt dealing with a Scorpio. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. You just may not see it yet. Excuse me. You just may not see it yet, Gemini. That something really is a blessing in disguise. You've been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. Maybe you've been a homebody lately. Your spirit guides are saying, go out and get some fresh air. The sunlight, the fresh air, it's good for you. You are supplied for your today and all of your tomorrows. So yeah, some of you are worried about money, finances. Your spirit guides are saying you're safe, you're protected, you're provided for. Now it's time to trust in the unknown. You are a channel for divine healing power. Confirmation, once again. I feel like some of you are spiritualists, you're light workers, or you're coming to see this about yourself. Boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Confirmation of the very thing that we just talked about. All right. So with that, Geminis, this concludes your general reading with Angelic Ascensions. If you'd like to book a personal, the way to do so would be to head over to my website. I want to thank you for spending this time with me today. If you found that this reading was helpful, Geminis, cross watchers, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you already haven't, and if you do decide to subscribe, make sure that you hit that notification bell. Feel free to leave a comment below. You never know how your bravery and honesty may help another in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next one, gems. Thanks for watching. Peace out.